Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're doing something fun, right? We're doing something fun, revealing, and probably a little dangerous for somebody's ego, okay? Because we're tapping into what makes you attractive mind, body, and spirit. And listen, we are not stopping at, oh, you're pretty. No, that is lazy, okay? We're going underneath the surface, finding out what really pulls people towards you. What is it about your mind that makes people want to keep talking to you? Is it your intelligence, your humor, the way you read a situation before anybody else even, has even realized what is happening? Maybe it's the way you can have somebody laughing 1 minute and questioning their entire life the next. Honey, then we are getting into the body. What catches their eye first? Is it your face, your smile, your eyes, your lips, your hair? That wig laid, okay? Honey, is it that wig laid so clean that they have to check twice to see whether it grew out of your scalp? Is it your walk, your shape, your hands, your voice, the way you enter a room looking like you had no intention of being noticed, yet somehow everybody noticed you? Oh, baby, we're going to talk about it. And then we are tapping into your spirit, because physical beauty may turn somebody's head, but spiritual energy is what makes them remember you after you leave, okay? What is it about your soul, your warmth, your confidence, your mystery, your strength? It's that thing that people cannot quite explain, but they know they felt it. Because some of you are walking around thinking people are staring because something is wrong. Baby, they are staring because their brain is trying to process what exactly is pulling them in. And today we're going to give them the answer. Y'all already know how we do it over here. If it's your personality, I'm going to tell you. If it's your body, I'm going to tell you. If it's your voice, your style, your confidence, your intelligence, your softness, your boldness, or that little look you give when you already know that somebody is lying, honey, we're pulling it all on the table, baby. So, because attraction is not always about being the loudest or the most obvious, sometimes it is the energy people cannot stop thinking about afterwards. Real quick though, for everybody who has been asking, yes, the 3 questions for $33 personal psychic readings is still available. You can ask any 3 questions about love and relationships, career and finances, communications, somebody's feelings and intentions, okay? Your next chapter, or any situation where you need personal clarity. There are certain details I can explore in a personal reading that I cannot fully unpack in a collective YouTube reading. Some things I just can't say here on YouTube, right? But we can unpack your questions, your energy, your situation. And honey, when we go personal, we can get very specific. So if you know, you know. All right, Clarity family, you have 3 piles here on the table. Take a breath, look at each pile, and choose the one that calmly pulls you in the most. Not the one that you think not the one you think you should choose, okay? The one your energy keeps returning to. Pile 1 is turquoise crystal plus the white sage. Pile 2, clear quartz crystal plus paonia. Pile 3, carnelian crystal plus warrior goddess. These cards are from the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle. Choose the pile that calmly draws you in. And let's get straight into it. Hey Clarity family, welcome to your reading, Pile 1. Today we are finding out what makes you attractive, mind, body, and spirit. And y'all already know I'm not about to give you some dry little answer like, you have a nice personality. Honey, no. What does that even mean, right? So listen, no. We are going to find out exactly what people notice, What makes them stare? What makes them remember you? What makes them start fixing their clothes when you walk into the room? What makes somebody pretend that they are not looking while watching you from the corner of their eye? All right? And if it's your mind, we're going to uncover it. Maybe it's the way you think. Maybe it's how quickly you pick up on people. Maybe it is your conversation. Maybe people realize they cannot come around you with empty words because you will ask the one question they were hoping nobody asked. So if it's your body, we're talking about that too. Your eyes, your smile, your skin, your shape, your hair, the curls, the braids, the ponytail. Honey, the wig that is laid so beautifully, the lace has entered the witness protection program. Okay, whatever it is, we're going to find out. And if it's your spirit, that is where this gets deeper, because some people are attractive until they open their mouth. Okay, there, I said it. Some people are attractive until they open their mouth. But some of you become more attractive the longer people are around you. The more you talk, the more they learn about you, the more they see your heart, your strength, your humor, and the way you carry yourself. The more interesting you become, right? That is a completely different type of beauty. But real quick, the 3-question for $33 personal psychic reading is still available. You can ask any 3 questions about love, career, money, communication, someone's feelings, your next chapter, or anything else you need clarity around, right? A collective reading here gives us the overall energy. A personal reading allows me to connect directly with your circumstances, your questions, and the details surrounding your situation. And I'm just going to say something. It's a lot of things that I can say in a personal reading, honey, that I cannot ever say on this platform. And if you know, you know. All right, so let's get into your pile. Pile 1, your energy brought you here to the turquoise crystal and the white sage. This card is from the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle. Now, let me say this immediately. What makes you attractive is that your energy feels clean. And when I say clean, I'm not talking about whether you took a shower this morning. Please, okay? No, I mean energetically clean. People feel like there's something refreshing about you. You may have gone through chaos. You may have dealt with messy situations. You may have been surrounded by people carrying confusion, jealousy, or unnecessary drama, but somehow you did not let it become your entire personality. That is attractive. White sage is associated with clearing, purification, protection, releasing heavy energy, creating room for something healthier. So spiritually, what makes you attractive is your ability to clear a room without saying a word, okay? People may feel calmer around you, and they may tell you things they do not tell everybody else. They may come around you carrying 10 different problems and leave feeling like they can finally breathe. And baby, that is powerful. But let's talk about the shadow of it, because some people are not attracted to your peace because they want to protect it. Some are attracted to your peace because they want to borrow it. They come in exhausted, confused, emotionally hungry, and suddenly you are giving advice, encouragement, reassurance, and free therapy, right? You're giving free therapy while they are sitting there drinking from your energy like somebody opened a spiritual juice bar. No. Your healing energy is beautiful, but access to it should not be unlimited. Now let's bring in the turquoise crystal, because turquoise is connected to truth, communication, confidence, protection, authentic self-expression. So mentally, what makes you attractive is the way you communicate. You may be direct without being unnecessarily harsh. You can say what other people are thinking but are too scared to say, right? You have a way of cutting through the extra noise and getting straight to the point. And people respect that, even when they pretend they don't, okay? Like, somebody may walk away acting offended, okay? And then later realize, wait a minute, they were right. That is your energy. That's your energy. You do not just speak to fill silence. When you have something to say, there is usually meaning behind it. And because turquoise is also protective, you may know instinctively when to speak and when to let somebody expose themselves without interruption. Oh, honey, that is attractive, because not everybody knows how to be quiet long enough to let the truth walk into the room by itself. You do. You do, honey. Now, physically, the turquoise and white sage combination gives me a fresh, natural, calming beauty. Okay? You may look especially attractive when you are not doing too much. Natural hair, a clean face, soft makeup, a simple outfit that somehow looks expensive because you are wearing it, okay? Because you're wearing it. See, here's the thing. You could put on a plain shirt, jeans, and lip gloss, and somebody is still staring like, why does that look so good on them? It is not always the clothing, though. It is the energy inside the clothing. That is the difference. So I'm also picking up something attractive about your eyes, your voice, your skin, neck and shoulder area too. It's like also a natural scent, right? Natural scent or fragrances you wear. People associate you with something soft, fresh, herbal, clean, and comforting. You may not even notice it, but somebody else does, and they remember it. So right off the bat, pile one, what makes you attractive is the combination of softness and discernment. See, you can be warm without being foolish, and you can be kind without being easy to manipulate. You can be peaceful and still let somebody know. You can let them know, do not bring that foolishness over here. That contrast is what makes you interesting. People do not feel like they can completely predict you. They see the calm exterior, right? But they also sense that there's strength underneath it. They know there are boundaries beneath that kindness, okay? And honey, that is exactly what keeps them curious. Pile one, you have 6 more cards to go in this pile. Each card is going to tell us something different about your attraction. What pulls people towards your mind? What they notice physically? What they feel from your heart? What makes your spirit memorable? What they secretly admire? And what you may not even realize you are doing. Because apparently, people have been collecting evidence while you have been minding your business. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and pull card one and find out, what is the first thing people find irresistibly attractive about you? Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see. What's coming through? Card one. All right, you have the cougar, assertive. The card says assertive, and cougar, it says in silence you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. See, listen, I felt this energy before this card came through. I really did. You are so brave that you don't even realize this about yourself, okay? But with your first card being Cougar, listen, this card did not stroll politely into your reading, okay? It walked in like, move, move. I know exactly where I'm going. And that is the first major thing people find attractive about you. You carry leadership energy. You may not always be the loudest person in the room. You may not be running around announcing, I'm the boss, because usually the people who have to keep announcing that they are in charge are the same ones nobody is listening to. Your authority, it feels more natural than that. Okay? And people can sense that when something needs to be handled, you can handle it. When everybody else is standing around confused, talking over one another, and creating 17 additional problems, you are the one looking at the situation like, all right, this is what needs to happen. And whether people admit it or not, that is extremely attractive. Okay, now what makes your mind attractive? Mentally, people are drawn to your decisiveness. You do not need 12 meetings, 3 group chats, okay? A committee vote, and a handwritten invitation from the universe before you make a move. Okay, no, you don't. You assess the situation. You observe what is happening. You trust what you know. And when you are ready, you act. People admire the way your mind can take scattered information and turn it into a clear direction. Now listen, you naturally see what needs to happen next. Who is being honest, where something is going wrong, which opportunities are worth pursuing, and which situations are wasting everybody's time. You have the kind of intelligence that is not only about knowing things, it's about knowing what to do with what you know. And that is a completely different level of intelligence. Somebody can memorize an entire book and still be standing there helpless when real life happens. Not you. You have practical instincts, and people trust those instincts even when they pretend that they are not listening. Now, let's say something else about the Cougar energy. Cougars are observant. They do not just run into every situation making noise. They watch, they calculate, they conserve their energy. And then when the timing is right, they move. So that tells me one of your most attractive mental qualities is that you do not show everybody your entire hand, right? And people may think you're quiet. People may think you're being quiet, but your mind is taking inventory. You are noticing. You're noticing who keeps interrupting, who changes their story, who suddenly becomes friendly when they need something, who supports you privately but gets strangely silent when other people are around. Oh, you noticed. Okay? You may not address it immediately, and that's what makes people nervous because they cannot always tell how much you know. Let me help them. You know enough. Okay? Now, what makes your body attractive? Listen, physically, this Cougar card brings through powerful, mature sensuality. And let me be clear. Mature does not mean old. It means you are not giving nervous little girl or nervous little boy energy. You carry yourself like somebody who knows who they are or is no longer willing to apologize while figuring it out. See, that confidence shows in your body, right? It's in the way you walk, your posture, the way you hold eye contact. your legs or hips, your back, like we mentioned earlier, and shoulders. The way you turn your head when somebody says something ridiculous. Some of you have a walk that announces you before your mouth ever opens. You know what I mean? You are not even trying. You are just moving across the room, and somebody behind you has completely forgotten what they were talking about. So let's keep it honest. I feel like there's also something very attractive about your eyes, okay? Because cougar energy watches before it moves. So you have intense or penetrating or intense or like a penetrating gaze. Honey, you can look at somebody for 2 seconds and make them wonder whether you just read their entire search history. Your eyes communicate, I see you, but also do not play with me. And apparently that combination has people intrigued. So I am also getting that you may become more physically attractive with age because you are growing into yourself. Your confidence is becoming stronger. Your style is becoming more intentional. You understand what works for your body and what does not, because you are no longer wearing things simply because everybody else is wearing them. No, you know how to choose what brings out you. And that's why something simple can look striking on you, because you're not allowing the outfit to wear you. Okay, now what makes your spirit attractive is that spiritually, people are drawn to your courage, not fake courage, not loud courage. It's the kind of courage that comes from having already survived situations that were supposed to break you, right? You've had moments where you were afraid, but you still kept moving. You had to lead yourself through seasons where nobody was coming to rescue you. You had to become your own reassurance, your own direction, your own voice saying, get up. We're not staying here. So guess what? People feel that strength in you. Even when they don't know your story, they sense that you have been tested. They sense that you have had to rebuild. And they also sense that you did not come out of it, empty-handed. You came out of it with wisdom, boundaries, and discernment, right? And a much lower tolerance for foolishness. This is what makes your spirit magnetic, okay? Because you do not only talk about empowerment, there is something in your energy that says, I have had to empower myself, right? So let's go ahead and tap into the energy of your second card. All right, pile one. Your first card already showed us that people are attracted to your confidence, like your leadership and powerful presence, right? But now we're going deeper. Let's go ahead and pull your second card and find out, what is it about you that catches people off guard once they get closer, right? Is it the way your mind works, something physically irresistible that they notice immediately, or is it your spirit, right? That energy that they can feel but cannot quite explain. Because sometimes people think that they know why they're attracted to you, and then they spend more time around you and realize, oh, it's much deeper than that. All right, pile one, let's go ahead and see what card 2 reveals about your mind, your body, and your spirit. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. You got forgiveness. The card says, the energy of forgiveness strengthens our capacity to let go of unwanted feelings and emotions. This is interesting. All right. Let me tell you what I'm picking up. First of all, you, honey, are an empath. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, like, you are a strongly empathetic person, right? Now, It's also interesting because people are not only attracted to your strength, they are attracted to the fact that you refuse to let every painful experience turn you bitter. You may remember what happened. You may have learned the lesson. You probably never, right, gave that person access to you again. But eventually, you release the emotional weight because you understand. You understand. You understand that holding on to anger gives the situation free rent in your spirit, and you are not running a shelter for old foolishness. And let's be clear. Let's be clear here. Forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. It does not mean pretending nothing happened. It does not mean unlocking the door so the same person can return with the same behavior and a new speech. Sometimes forgiveness sounds like, I release you, and you can remain released from a distance. Okay, now let's look at your mind. People find your emotional intelligence attractive. See, you can examine what happened, understand the lesson, and eventually stop allowing the past to control your present. You do not need to argue forever to prove you were right. At some point, you decide, this is taking too much of my energy, and you move forward. Now, your body, physically, forgiveness creates a softer, more open presence around you. Your face, eyes, smile, and body language, feels warm and approachable. Even though people can sense your boundaries, you are giving, I have a good heart, but please do not confuse that with poor judgment. Okay, right. Now, as far as your spirit, spiritually, people are drawn to your ability to heal, right? To heal without losing the capacity to love. Now, you may have every reason to be cold, but there is still tenderness in you. And that does not make you weak. It means what hurt you did not get permission to become you. Now, let's connect this to your first card because you got Cougar. Showed courage, leadership, and confidence, and then forgiveness. Shows emotional strength, healing, and release. So what makes you attractive is not only that you can stand up and take control, it is that you know when to fight and when something no longer deserves another ounce of your energy. Honey, you can lead, you can protect yourself, you can cut someone off, right? But you can also heal afterwards instead of carrying resentment into every new connection. And people feel that maturity around you. They feel it. Your heart has been tested, but it has not been poisoned. You remember the lesson without allowing the pain to run your life. And that emotional freedom makes your energy deeply attractive. All right, pile one, you have 4 more cards to go. We already know people are drawn to your confidence and your capacity to heal. Now, let's pull card 3 and find out, what is it about your natural personality that makes people want to stay in your energy once they get close? Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. Thank you, Spirit. All right. The card says priorities. And it has a calendar on the front. And it says the quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. Okay. Now listen. What hit me when this card first came out is that you're certainly a responsible person, right? Now, the card says the quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time, and make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. Now, this is attractive because you are learning or have already learned that everybody does not deserve unlimited access to you. Your time means something. Your energy means something. And once you decide what matters, you can become extremely focused. People notice that, okay? Now, mentally, people admire your ability to organize your life around what truly matters. You are not trying to attend every event, answer every call, and rescue every person with a crisis. At some point you ask, is this helping me build the life I actually want? And if the answer is no, that appointment may mysteriously disappear from the calendar. Okay? Now, physically, this gives purposeful movement. See, because you walk like you have somewhere to be. You carry yourself with discipline, structure, and intention that makes even an ordinary outfit look polished. Somebody sees you moving through your day and thinks they have their life together. Okay? Now, whether every drawer at home, whether every drawer at home agrees is none of their business. Because we could have messy drawers at home. Stuff could be, we probably have to clean them out, but that's not none of their business. Okay? Now, spiritually, your attraction comes from valuing your own life. You understand that saying yes to everybody else can become a quiet way of saying no to yourself. So you are becoming more selective about where your love, attention, and emotional labor go. And baby, standards are attractive. Let's connect the cards. Cougar, you lead with courage and confidence. Forgiveness, you release what no longer deserves emotional control over you. Priorities, you protect your time and invest in the life you are creating. And so this combination says that people are attracted to someone who can love deeply, but still has goals, responsibilities, and a life outside of them. You are not sitting beside the phone all day waiting for somebody to remember you exist. Okay, you have things to do. And that can make people pursue you even harder because they realize being part of your life is not automatic. They must bring enough value for you to make room. Now, let me talk a little ish, because some people may call you too busy simply because you stop making their priorities more important than your own. And this is not you being cold. This is you finally understanding that your time is your life, right, in smaller pieces. And you are no longer handing those pieces out carelessly. So what makes you attractive is your sense of direction. You are not merely passing time. You are becoming intentional about what and who receives it. Pile 1, you have 3 more cards to go. And we know people are attracted to your leadership, your healing energy, and your ability to protect your time. Now let's pull card 4 and find out what makes people feel emotionally drawn to you, even when they cannot explain why they keep returning to your energy. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we're cool. All right, so you have Lover. The card says, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. See, this is what makes you strongly magnetic. Okay? And you probably don't even see yourself like this. But honey, the energy is truthful today. Listen, like I said, the card says great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Now hold on, because this card is saying that people are not merely attracted to you. They feel you. There is something about your energy that makes people want to get closer, stay longer, and understand what is underneath the surface. Okay? And once you care about something or somebody, you bring real passion to it. Not that lazy, half interested energy where somebody wants all the benefits but cannot even send a complete sentence. No, you love with presence. And people can sense that. And so mentally, your passion is attractive because when something matters to you, your whole mind lights up. You become animated, expressive, curious, and fully engaged. People love hearing you speak about what you genuinely care about because your enthusiasm is contagious. Okay, it is contagious AF. You make ordinary conversations feel personal. Now, honey, physically, this card, your body, right? This card brings strong, sensual energy. Your eyes, lips, voice, facial expression, or the way you hold eye contact may be especially magnetic. You may not even be flirting, but somebody across the room has already written an entire relationship storyline because you smiled at them once. Okay? Yeah. So this is not only about your features. It's the warmth and passion moving through your body that makes people notice you. Spiritually, listen, spiritually, honey, people are drawn to your devotion. You have the capacity to appreciate people deeply. You also encourage what is beautiful in them and make them feel genuinely valued. But let's be clear, your devotion is a gift. It's a gift, not a life sentence. When somebody repeatedly mishandles what you offer, you can love them and still remove yourself from the situation. Now let's connect the story. Cougar, you carry courage, leadership, and confidence. Forgiveness, you know how to release emotional weight. Priorities, you value your time and closeness where your energy goes. Lover, when something earns a place in your life, you bring passion, appreciation, and devotion. Now, see, that combination is powerful because you are not emotionally available to everybody. You are selective. So when you choose someone, they can feel the difference. And this is where we need to talk a little truth. Because some people, honey, want your devotion without doing anything to deserve it. Because they see how deeply you love and start imagining they can show up with crumbs while you provide the entire meal. Absolutely not. Your cards already said priorities. So yes, you are passionate, but the right person must also become a priority by showing consistency, respect, and genuine effort. What makes you attractive is the intensity of your appreciation. You do not merely notice people, you make them feel seen. And when your passion is returned with equal devotion, your love becomes unforgettable. Pile 1, you have 2 more cards to go. We already know that people are attracted to your confidence, healing energy, standards, and passion. Now let's pull card 5 and find out what is the hidden quality in you that makes people become more attracted. the longer they know you. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. You have the goddess Isis, and the card says strength. Now, listen. And if you guys want to know, this card is from the Legendary Ladies Oracle deck. Okay, so your fifth card is Goddess Isis Strength. Now, this is not loud, performative strength. No, this is the kind of strength that people feel before you ever explain what you have survived. See, because you come across soft, warm, loving, even playful, but underneath that is steel. And that contrast is exactly what makes you attractive. Mentally, people admire your resilience. You know how to think your way through pressure instead of collapsing every time life gets difficult. You may bend, you may pause, you may need a minute, but you do not stay down forever. That makes people look at you and think, there is more to this person that meets the eye. Now, honey, your body. So physically, strength shows up in the way you carry yourself, right? Your posture, your eyes, your walk, the way you hold your space can all communicate confidence. So you have a softness to your face or body, but there's also something regal about you, something that says, approach correctly. Spiritually, your attraction comes from what you have survived without losing yourself. You have been through things that could have made you bitter, defeated, or disconnected from your power, but somehow you kept rebuilding. And people can feel that ancient, feminine, protective energy around you. Now, let's connect this with the rest of your pile, because Cougar, leadership and courage, forgiveness, emotional maturity and release, priorities, standards and discipline, lover, passion and devotion. Goddess Isis is strength, resilience, and quiet power. So this is giving someone who can love deeply, but will not abandon themselves to do it. Okay? You may nurture people, support people, encourage people, but you are not here to carry a grown person on your back while they wave at everybody like they are doing the work. Okay? So that is not love. That is unpaid transportation. Okay? So what makes you attractive is that your softness has strength behind it. You can love, forgive, and care deeply without becoming powerless. And people feel that authority in your spirit. Pile 1, you have one final card left. And this last card is going to show us the energy that ties everything together. What is the overall magnetic frequency that people experience when they encounter your mind, your body, and your spirit all at once? Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. All right, you have the Apatite crystal, Apatite. The card says, get out of your comfort zone. That part. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me adjust your cards here so I can make room for this one, for the Apatite crystal. All right. Like I said, your final card is the Apatite crystal. The card says, get out of your comfort zone. Now, this is the perfect card to close your reading because that makes you attractive. Because what makes you attractive is that there's always another layer of you waiting to emerge. You are not meant to stay small, predictable, or hidden. And when you challenge yourself, honey, you become more magnetic. Your mind is attractive because you are willing to learn, expand, and reconsider what no longer works. You will probably be cautious at first, but once you decide to try something new, you can surprise everybody, including yourself. You are giving, I may be nervous, but I'm still going. Okay? So that combination of intelligence and courage, it pulls people in. Physically, your body, people notice the shift that happens when you feel confident. Your posture changes, your face opens, your walk becomes stronger. Okay, and you become especially attractive when you try a new hairstyle, when you wear something outside your usual style, or simply stop hiding the parts of yourself you once thought were too much. See, somebody has been waiting for you to step outside in that outfit. Okay, honey, baby, they waiting for you to step outside in that outfit, and you know what outfit I'm talking about. So please stop keeping it imprisoned in the closet. Now, spiritually, your willingness to grow is magnetic. Because here's the thing, you inspire people because you prove that fear does not have to make every decision. You can honor your comfort too. And you can honor it without turning it into your permanent address. And people sense that your life is still unfolding. There is more coming from you, okay? More confidence, more expression, more power. There's more coming. Now, total energetic frequency, pile 1. Let's put this entire reading together. Turquoise crystal. This is your truth, your voice, and authentic communication that draw people towards you. White sage. Your energy feels healing, refreshing, and protected. The cougar. Your courage, sensual confidence, and leadership make people take notice. Forgiveness. Your heart can release pain without allowing it to destroy your softness. And priorities. You value your time. And you refuse, honey, to give unlimited access to everybody. That's not happening. Lover. You carry passion, devotion, warmth, and the ability to make others feel deeply appreciated. Goddess Isis. Strength. Your resilience gives your softness power and your presence authority. Apatite crystal. This is your willingness to grow beyond old limits, right? It keeps your energy exciting, evolving, and impossible to place inside one little box. So what makes you attractive, mind, body, and spirit? Listen, your mind is decisive, emotionally intelligent, and intentional. You know how to lead. Learn from your experience, protect your time, and recognize what deserves your attention. You are not easily impressed by empty words. Somebody must bring substance. Your body. Your physical attraction comes through confidence, sensuality, and expressive eyes, and the way you carry yourself. You may look soft, warm, or approachable, but your body language says you may approach, but act like you have some sense. Okay? You may approach, but act like you got some sense. So your spirit is attractive because it has survived without becoming empty. You can forgive, you can love, you can build, and you can step into new territory without abandoning what you are or abandoning who you are. So that is why your energy stays with people. What makes you attractive is the contrast within you. It's softness backed by strength, passion guided by standards, and confidence that continues to grow. See, your mind makes people respect you, your body makes them notice you, and your spirit makes them remember you. This entire reading is giving. They may notice your appearance first, but once they experience your courage, your heart, and your depth, looking away becomes a lot more difficult. And let's talk the final bit of truth here, because some people are attracted to you because they genuinely admire you. Others are attracted to you because they believe your strength can compensate for everything they refuse to work on within themselves. Those are not the same people. The right person will not only admire your light, they will bring their own. All right, Clarity family, that closes your pile 1 reading. For a personal look into your specific situation, the 3 questions for $33 personal psychic reading is still available. Honey, you can ask about love and relationships, someone's feelings or intentions, career and finances, your next chapter, or any 3 questions where you need personal clarity. A lot of things I can say in a personal reading, baby, that I cannot share here on YouTube. Okay, a personal reading allows us to go directly into your energy, your circumstances, and the answers surrounding your situation. Pile 1, your final message is stop shrinking yourself to remain familiar to people who have already decided not to grow. Your comfort zone may feel safe, but your next level of confidence, attraction, and fulfillment is waiting just beyond it. The more fully you become yourself, the more undeniable your energy becomes. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading, pile 2. So today we're finding out what makes you attractive, mind, body, and spirit. And we're not about to sit here saying, you're beautiful, you have a nice personality. No, we're going to find out what people actually notice about you, what is about your mind that makes people want to keep talking to you. Is it your intelligence, your humor, the way you read somebody before they even finish the sentence? What is it about your body that catches their eye? Your face, your eyes, your lips, your hair, your shape. The way you walk into a room and suddenly somebody has forgotten what they were doing. And then we're going into your spirit, because sometimes people notice the body first, but it is in your energy that keeps circling their mind later. So we're going to find out why people stare, why they remember you, why they feel nervous around you, and why somebody may act completely normal in your face. And then go home, right? And they replay the entire interaction like game footage, okay? And y'all already know how we do it over here. If it's your wig laid down with the edges behaving beautifully, I'm going to tell you. If it is your natural hair, your eyes, your voice, your body, your confidence, your softness, your intelligence, or that little look that you give when somebody starts lying, honey, we are putting it on the table, because attraction is not only about how you look. It is about what people feel when your mind, body, and spirit enter the room. But real quick, the 3 questions for $33 personal psychic reading is still available. So yeah, you can ask any 3 questions about love and relationships, someone's feelings or intentions, career and finances, your next chapter, or any situation where you need personal clarity. I just want to say this. There are things that I can say in a personal reading that I cannot share on this platform, okay? And if you know, you know. A personal reading allows me to connect directly with your situation, your questions, and your details surrounding you. All right, pile 2, let's get into it, honey. Your energy drew you here to the clear quartz crystal and payonia. She is from the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle. And right off the bat, pile two, what makes you attractive is that there is something about you that feels clear, beautiful, soft, and amplified. See, because clear quartz crystal is the amplifier. So whatever you already naturally carry, people feel it more strongly. If you are confident, it fills the room. If you are quiet, people notice the silence. If you laugh, somebody across the room wants to know what was funny. Okay? So if you are dressed casually, somehow it still looks intentional. And Paonia brings beauty, blossoming, sensuality, and feminine power. This feels like somebody whose attractiveness unfolds. A person may notice your face first, then your voice, then your humor, then your intelligence, then the way you looked at them for 2 seconds too long, okay? And now they are in the car wondering, why am I still thinking about this person? Because that is your energy. You are not always instantly understood, but you are very difficult to forget. And there is something soft about your appearance, but people can also sense that you are not weak. You may look approachable, but your energy still says, come correct, okay? And that contrast is what keeps people curious. So pile two, you have 6 more cards to go. Each card is going to reveal another layer of what makes you attractive, what people admire about your mind, what catches their eye physically, what makes them emotionally drawn to you, what they feel from your spirit, what secretly intimidates them, and what you may not even realize people are noticing. Then after card 6, we're going into the total energetic frequency and bringing the entire message together, mind, body, and spirit. Because somebody has been watching you a little more closely than they would ever admit. Okay, let's pull card 1 and find out the first quality people notice that makes them realize you are not ordinary. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. Card 1 is the Loon. L-O-O-N. The card says intuitive. It says, listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. So let me tell you something. People think they're lying to you. They not. They not. You pretty much, like if you have, your intuition says something very strongly about someone, guess what? You're right. You may not have physical proof, but you know, okay? Now this is interesting because what makes you attractive is not only what people can see, it is what you seem to know without being told. Because this is the thing, you may look at somebody one time and already understand the mood. You notice the shift in their voice, the pause before they answer, the smile that did not quite reach their eyes. And yes, while everybody else is still believing the performance, you are sitting there thinking, something is off. And most of the time, you are right. Okay? Now, the mind. Your mind is attractive because it is intuitive. You connect dots quickly, read between the lines, and pick up on what other people miss. Somebody may think that they are being mysterious. Meanwhile, you have already figured out the plot, the motive, and the part that they were hoping to hide. Okay? Because that kind of perception, it makes people fascinated by you. And occasionally a little nervous, right? Now physically, your body. Physically, this gives me a calm, mysterious, almost hypnotic presence. Your eyes may be especially attractive because they look like they are seeing more than you are saying, okay? You also have a soothing voice, a distinctive laugh, or a way of moving that feels graceful and unhurried. Even when you are quiet, your body still communicates. And apparently somebody has been reading every little signal. Now, spiritually, people are drawn to your uniqueness. You are not meant to blend into every crowd or force yourself into spaces that do not fit your soul, okay? Because there is something original about you. Your energy says, I know who I am becoming, and I do not need everybody to understand it. Honey, that is magnetic. Now let's talk about the solitude part, because this card says, emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. So that tells me that your attractiveness becomes stronger when you take time away from the noise and you recharge privately. Okay, you hear yourself again. You return sharper, calmer, and even more confident. Some people need constant attention to feel important, but you can disappear, reset, and come back looking like peace personally styled you. Okay, honey, peace is your stylist. That's what happens when you go into solitude, and that creates mystery because people cannot always access you whenever they feel like it. They have to wonder, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Why do you seem even more powerful after spending time alone? Now, let's connect this to your opening energy. Clear quartz. Your natural energy is amplified. Paonia. Your beauty unfolds in layers. Lune. Your intuition, mystery, individuality, and inner knowing make people want to understand you more deeply. So this first card is saying that people are attracted to the fact that you seem both soft and impossible to fool. You can be warm, you can be loving, you can be gentle, but there's also a part of you watching quietly and taking notes, okay? And once your intuition tells you something is wrong, honey, baby, it becomes very difficult for somebody to talk you out of what you already felt. So, what makes you attractive is your inner knowing. Your mind senses the truth. Your body carries mystery, and your spirit refuses to become ordinary just to make other people comfortable. Pile 2, you have 5 more cards to go. And card 1 already revealed that people are drawn to your intuition, your mystery, and the feeling that there is much more happening beneath the surface. So let's go ahead and pull card 2 and find out what people notice about you once they get close enough to hear what your silence has been saying. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through card 2. All right, you have Messiah. The card says, serving humanity with humility. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? Now listen, you are humble AF, right? Even like with your accomplishments, you don't be like bragging and stuff. Look what I did, blah, 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 blah. You don't do all that. No, you don't. But let's just get clear before somebody gets carried away, because this does not mean you are responsible for saving everybody who arrives with a tragic backstory and absolutely no intention of changing, okay? Because I know when we see Messiah, right, we think of the Master Jesus who saved people, right? But this does not mean you are responsible for saving everybody who arrives with a tragic backstory and absolutely no intention of changing. What it does mean is that people find your compassion, generosity, and genuine concern for others extremely attractive. See, because you have an energy that says, I see your humanity. You may speak to the person cleaning the building with the same warmth and respect that you give the person who owns it. And people notice that because anybody can behave nicely when they are trying to impress someone important. Your character shows in how you treat people who cannot offer you anything. Mentally, people admire your ability to look beyond appearances. See, because you understand that everybody has a story, and you can offer insight without immediately judging someone's entire life. But now, you are not foolish. Compassion does not mean you cannot recognize manipulation. You can understand why somebody behaves badly and still decide. That explains it, but it does not excuse it. Now, honey, baby, your body. So physically, this card gives you a warm, welcoming presence, okay? Your smile, eyes, and voice, or facial expression, they make people feel safe enough to relax around you, okay? You may notice strangers looking at you, smiling at you, or suddenly telling you their personal business in the grocery store line. Because apparently your face says, you can trust me. Meanwhile, you were only trying to buy avocados, okay? Now, spiritually, people are attracted to your humility. You have wisdom, talent, beauty, or influence without needing to make everybody else feel small. Your light does not depend on dimming someone else's. That is rare. But Spirit is also reminding you, serving others is beautiful. Sacrificing yourself for people committed to remaining helpless is not. Okay, because there is a difference between supporting someone and becoming their entire life support system. Now, honey, let's go ahead and connect this with your first card, because the Loon, your intuition allows you to sense what people need and what they are not saying. Messiah, your compassion makes people feel seen, respected, and emotionally safe. So people are drawn to you because you do not only notice the surface, you notice the person underneath, okay? Baby, you can walk into a room and detect who feels left out, who is uncomfortable, and who needs a little kindness without making a public performance out of helping them, okay? And it's that quiet humanity is beautiful. And yes, some people will become attracted to you because your presence feels healing. But, okay, here comes the mess. Some will appreciate your heart, and others will see your kindness and start preparing an application for unlimited emotional benefits. Denied. Okay? Your tenderness is not a public utility. So what makes you attractive is the humility inside your power. Your mind understands people. Your body feels welcoming, and your spirit reminds others that kindness can still exist without weakness. Pile 2, you have 4 more cards to go. And we know people are drawn to your intuition and your compassionate spirit. Now, let's pull card 3 and find out what makes people feel personally chosen, valued, or emotionally affected when your attention lands on them. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. Card 3. All right. And you have mind. The card says mind, M-I-N-D. It also says you are the master of your inner world, and you decide how the outer world affects you. Cultivate a calm inner state. Wow. Honey, I feel like Spirit this is like a personal DM. Okay, look. Have you recently been thinking like, I gotta be calm, I need to meditate, I'm overreacting, my nervous system feels like off balance? Have you been thinking that lately? Well, guess what? This is your confirmation to go in this direction, because this is your natural state of being. believe it or not. It's just you begin to overthink a lot sometimes. And like anyone who overthinks, right? Your energy is all over the place. Okay? But listen, now this is attractive because people can feel that your mind has depth. It has depth. And you may not react to everything immediately. You observe, you process, you decide what deserves your energy and what deserves absolutely nothing. That kind of emotional control, it makes people curious because they cannot always read you. Now, mentally, your attraction comes from self-awareness, okay? It comes from self-awareness. You think before you speak. And you are learning how to not let every outside opinion disturb your peace, okay? You are learning that. Somebody may try to provoke you, and instead of giving them this scene they rehearsed for you, you simply look at them. You simply look at them and you're like, are you finished? And that calm, that can be far more intimidating than shouting. Now, baby, let's look at your body, because physically, inner calm shows in your face, your eyes, and your movements. So you have a composed, almost elegant presence. Even when something annoys you, right? You can still sit there looking beautiful while mentally removing somebody from your life. And people notice that you do not always fidget for approval. No, you can be still, and stillness makes people look closer. Spiritually, your energy feels protected from unnecessary chaos. Okay, you understand that peace is not only about avoiding difficult people. It's about refusing to let them live inside your head after the interaction ends. And that is powerful. Now let's connect the cards. Loon, you trust your intuition. Messiah, you carry compassion and humility. The mind, you are learning to govern your inner world instead of letting everyone else control the atmosphere inside you. So what makes you attractive is that you can be deeply caring, right? You can be deeply caring without being emotionally scattered. You can feel what others feel, but you are also learning not to absorb every mood like a spiritual sponge. Because some people walk into the room carrying confusion, resentment, and poor decisions, and then expect everybody else to breathe it in. No, thank you. What makes you attractive is the calm intelligence behind your softness. Your mind is observant, your body carries composure, and your spirit knows that peace becomes powerful when it is protected. Pow two. Baby, you got 3 more cards to go. Now let's pull card 4, okay? And find out what is it about your emotional presence that makes people feel safe, seen, or unexpectedly drawn into your energy. Let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Now let's see what's coming through. All right, card 4. And you have friendship. The card says, the energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. Okay, so listen, you are the epitome of a loyal friend. And everyone that knows you knows that truth, okay? Now, this is a major part of your attraction because people do not only look at you and think they're beautiful, they also think, I could actually talk to them. Because you have an energy that makes people want to sit beside you, laugh with you, tell you their business, and somehow forget they only met you 20 minutes ago. Okay? You are the type of person who can turn a simple conversation into an actual connection. People leave feeling like they really hurt me. And that is rare. Mentally, with your mind, people love the way you communicate. See, because you can listen, respond, joke around, and make someone feel included without forcing the interaction. You remember little details people mention, right? And when you bring them up later, they realize, oh, they were actually paying attention. See, that makes your attention feel valuable. Now, honey, your body, physically, this gives you an approachable warmth. It's like your smile, laugh, eyes, and facial expressions make people feel instantly comfortable. You have that face that says, come talk to me, but your intuition still quietly adds, and make sure you come with some sense. Okay? Your energy, your face is like, come talk to me. But that energy says, and make sure you come with some sense. Now, spiritually, people are drawn to your ability to create genuine connection. You appreciate people for who they are, not only for what they can do for you. You make others feel welcomed, valued, and less alone. But friendship must be mutual, okay? Because you are not here to provide loyalty, emotional support, birthday gifts, transportation, advice, and emergency counseling. No, you are not here for that while they contribute, one heart emoji every 3 months. Absolutely not. Now, let's connect the cards. Loon, you intuitively understand people. Messiah, you treat others with compassion and humility. The mind, you carry calm, emotional control, and inner depth. Friendship, you make people feel genuinely liked, appreciated, and comfortable being themselves. So, what makes you attractive is that people can imagine more than physical chemistry with you. They can imagine actually enjoying your company. They see someone they could laugh with, confide in, travel with, sit quietly beside, call when life gets ridiculous, and yes, fall in love with, because some of the strongest attraction starts with, I genuinely like this person. But baby, here comes the mess, okay? Here comes the mess though. Somebody may enter your life pretending that they only want friendship while privately examining every person who comments beneath your picture. Talking about, that's just my friend. Meanwhile, their jealousy has opened a full investigation, okay? Listen, pile 2, your energy makes people feel safe enough to get close. And once they get close, those feelings may become far less friendly than they originally planned. So what makes you attractive is that your presence feels like connection, not performance. Your mind makes conversations meaningful, and your body feels welcoming, and your spirit makes people feel appreciated rather than merely observed. All right, you have 2 cards to go. Now, let's go ahead and pull card 5 and find out what deeper quality makes people realize that they do not only enjoy being around you, they are becoming emotionally attached to your energy. Let's go. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy? As it does relate. And let's see what's coming through. Card 5. You have Sedna, the goddess Sedna, Sedna. The card says cleansing, And she's from the legendary Ladies Goddess Oracle. Now, honey, I love this coming through. I love it, love it, love it. And I am going to tell you why the goddess Sedna is so dang on significant here, right? And your reading. Listen, now this is powerful because your attraction is not only about making people feel good, you make people feel like they need to get their energy together. Okay? There is something about you that exposes what is stale, heavy, dishonest, or emotionally cluttered. People may come around you carrying confusion, and suddenly they start thinking about what they need to release. Okay, so this is not an accident. Now, your mind. Mentally, people are attracted to your clarity. There, I said it. You have a way of helping someone see what is draining them, what is no longer working, and what they have been avoiding. You do not always have to lecture. No, sometimes one honest sentence from you can make somebody sit there quietly like, well, I didn't come here to be read today. Right? But it happens. Now your body. So physically, this gives a fresh, clean, almost oceanic beauty. People notice your skin, eyes, hair, scent, or the way you look after you have rested and pulled your energy back. You are especially magnetic when you are relaxed, natural, and not trying too hard. See, because your energy can feel like fresh air after somebody has been sitting in emotional foolishness all day. Okay? Now, baby, spiritually, you help people release. See, because your presence brings buried emotions to the surface. If you notice, people can feel calmer around you, but they may also feel exposed because your energy does not allow them to hide from themselves forever. And let's be clear, you can help somebody cleanse their life, but you are not here to become the mop, bucket, and cleaning crew. Okay, let me say that again for the Clarity family in the back. You can help somebody cleanse their life, but you are not here to become the mop, bucket, and cleaning crew. Can I get an amen? Thank you, Spirit. Now, connect this to the rest of your pile. Loon, you sense what others do not say. Messiah, you carry compassion and humility. The mind, you protect your inner peace. Friendship, you make people feel genuinely connected and appreciated. The goddess Setna, cleansing. Baby, you help people release emotional heaviness and return to themselves. So what makes you attractive is that your energy feels both comforting and clarifying. People do not only feel light around you, they feel lighter. And that's why some people miss you so deeply after the connection changes. Okay, it is not only your face, it is not only the conversations, it is the way they felt more peaceful, more understood, and more honest when they were around you. But let's talk some ish. Some people will have your energy cleansing them while continuing to return with the same mess. No. At some point, they need to purchase their own spiritual cleaning supplies. Okay, now, what makes you attractive is your ability to clean emotional fog. Your mind brings clarity, your body feels refreshing, and your spirit helps people release what they have been carrying too long. Pile 2, you have one final card left, and this last card is going to tie together the entire reading. What is the total magnetic frequency that people experience when your intuition, compassion, calmness, friendship, and cleansing energy all come together? Let's find out. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. You got the chrysoprase crystal. It says, allow yourself to receive. You spell the crystal name CHRYSOPRASE. Allow yourself to receive. Now, honey, Spirit giving you a personal message. So, because let's be honest, sometimes you just don't feel like, you question yourself, like, am I going to receive this? Am I worthy? Did I do everything I was supposed to do? And the answer is absolutely yes. Okay. Now, this is how Spirit closes your reading. And it's interesting because this entire pile has shown somebody who naturally gives. You listen, you encourage, you understand, you create connection. You help people release what they have been carrying. But Spirit says, what happens when it's finally your turn to receive? What happens then? Because some of you can give love all day long, but the moment somebody tries to genuinely pour into you, now you are uncomfortable. Talking about, oh no, you didn't have to do that. Maybe they wanted to. Let them. Okay, let them. You do not have to repay every compliment within 7 seconds. You do not have to reject help to prove you are independent. And you certainly do not have to perform an entire background investigation because somebody treated you well one time. Okay? Yeah, be discerning, but do not interrogate the blessing until it packs its bags and leaves. Let's look at the mind, because your mind is attractive because you understand other people deeply. Right? But this card says that your next level is allowing yourself to believe that you deserve the same care you give. Somebody may want to support you, compliment you, spoil you, or simply make your life easier. Your job is not always to ask, what do they want from me? Sometimes the answer is, they enjoy giving to you. Honey, let's look at your body, because physically, receptivity creates a softer, more magnetic presence. So when you relax, receive attention, and stop trying to control every little thing, your face and body opens up. Your smile becomes warmer, your eyes become brighter, your sensuality feels effortless. You are especially attractive when you are not busy proving you can do everything alone. Because yes, you can carry all the grocery bags in one trip. But why are you fighting the person trying to grab two? Spiritually, what makes you attractive is your open heart. Baby, you have the ability to make others feel seen, loved, and emotionally lighter. But Spirit is balancing that gift. Okay, because you are not only here to be the blessing, you are also allowed to experience one. And receiving does not make you selfish. It does not make you weak. It means you finally understand that love, friendship, care, and support are supposed to flow in both directions. All right, pile 2, let's go ahead and tap into your total energetic frequency and put this entire reading together. Clear quartz crystal. That's your natural beauty. Intuition and presence are amplified. People feel you before they fully understand you. Paonia, Your attraction unfolds in layers. The longer somebody knows you, the more beautiful and fascinating you become. Loon, intuitive. You read energy and notice what is not being said and carry a mysterious inner knowing. Messiah, your humility, kindness, and humanity make people feel respected and safe. The mind, you have a calm, thoughtful inner world and do not allow every outside disturbance to control you. Friendship, you create genuine connection. Okay, people do not only find you attractive, they genuinely enjoy you. Sedna, it's cleansing. Baby, your presence, it clears emotional heaviness and helps people feel lighter and more honest. The Christ of praise. Simply receive. Okay? Your final lesson is allowing others to return the love, care, admiration, and support you so naturally give. Okay? Now, your mind is intuitive, observant, calm, and emotionally intelligent. You catch what others miss. You can read the room, understand people, and still protect your inner peace. Someone may think that they are hiding something beautifully, right? Meanwhile, you notice the pause, the nervous laugh, and the story changing halfway through. You notice all that. Your body, your physical attraction feels soft, welcoming, fresh, and quietly sensual. See, because your eyes, smile, voice, skin, facial expression, and natural presence stand out strongly. You do not always have to be dressed up. Sometimes you are at your most magnetic when you are relaxed, comfortable, and completely unaware that somebody has been staring for the last 5 minutes. Now, your spirit, baby, your spirit makes people feel understood, right? You bring compassion without arrogance, friendship without performance, and a cleansing presence that helps others lower their emotional guard. But the right people will not only take from that energy, they will replenish it. So the full message is, what makes you attractive is that your beauty feels safe without feeling ordinary. And your mind understands what others cannot explain. Your body carries soft magnetism, and your spirit creates a connection people do not easily forget. You make others feel seen. But your next level of attraction, it begins when you stop believing that you must earn the love that naturally wants to reach you. Pile 2, the reading is giving, people may initially notice your appearance. Yes, absolutely, but they become attached to your peace, understanding, and emotional safety that they experience around you. And let's get into the mess one final time, okay? Some people are attracted to you because they appreciate your heart. Others are attracted to you because your energy makes them feel better about themselves. Pay attention to who pours back, because everybody who feels healed around you is not qualified to have permanent access to you. Okay, because your kindness is not an unlimited subscription. Your friendship is not an emotional drop-in center. And your ability to understand somebody does not obligate you to tolerate them. Honey, the right connection will not only say, you make me feel amazing. It will ask, how can I make you feel equally cared for? All right, Clarity family, that closes your Pile 2 reading. For a personal look into your specific energy, the 3 questions for $33 personal psychic reading is still available. And yes, you can ask about love and relationships, someone's feelings or intentions, career and finances, what is coming next, or any 3 questions where you need personal clarity, okay? A lot of things I can say in a personal reading that, baby, I cannot share here on this platform. And if you know, you know. A personal reading allows me to tap directly into your questions, your circumstances and the energy surrounding your situation. Pile 2, your final message is stop being so accustomed to pouring that you become suspicious when the cup is finally offered back to you. You are allowed to receive admiration. You are allowed to receive support. You are allowed to be chosen, appreciated, protected, and cared for without exhausting yourself first. Your softness is not something people should only benefit from. It is something the right people will protect and return. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading, Pile 3. So today we are finding out what makes you attractive, mind, body, and spirit. And listen, we are not about to stop at you're pretty. That is not enough information. We're finding out what people really notice, what makes them stare a little too long, what makes them remember you after the conversation is over, what makes somebody act completely normal in your face, then get in a car thinking, why did that person affect me like that? Okay, so what we are doing is we are going into your mind, the way you think, speak, react, and read people. We're going into your body, your face, your walk, your eyes, your voice, your style, your confidence, and whatever else has people losing track of the conversation. And then we're going into your spirit, the energy beneath everything, because somebody can look good and still have absolutely no impression. But some of you, your energy lingers. You leave the room and somehow you are still in it. Okay, y'all already know how we do it. If it's in your eyes, I'm going to tell you. If it's in your body, your hair, your smile, your intelligence, your boldness, your softness, your confidence, your attitude, or that little look that you give when somebody says something ridiculous, right? Honey, we are putting it all on the table because attraction is not just what people see. It is what your presence does to them. But real quick, the 3 questions for $33 personal psychic reading is still available. So yes, you can ask any 3 questions. Love and relationships, someone's feelings or intentions, career and finances, your next chapter, or any situation where you need personal clarity. It's a lot of things that I can say in a personal reading that I cannot share on this platform. And if you know, you know. Okay, because a personal reading allows me to tap into your situation, your questions, and the details surrounding you specifically. All right, pile 3, let's get into it. Your energy drew you here to the Carnelian Crystal and the Warrior Goddess. She is from the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle. And right off the bat, pile 3, what makes you attractive is that there is something about you that feels alive, bold, warm, sensual, confident, and maybe just a little dangerous. Carnelian carries passion, right? Creativity, courage, and confidence, and physical magnetism. This is not sleepy energy. So this is the type of presence that wakes people up. You walk into a room and suddenly somebody sits a little straighter, fixes their shirt, checks their hair, starts talking louder because now they want to be noticed. And the Warrior Goddess, see, that tells me that your beauty has strength behind it. You may be soft, you may be feminine, you may be warm and loving, but there's also a part of you that says, I have survived too much to be handled carelessly. And people feel that. They find you beautiful, but they also know that they cannot approach you with weak intentions and expect you not to notice. Now, honey, your mind. Mentally, your attraction comes through confidence and directness. You likely know how to speak up. You know how to speak up, think quickly, and defend what matters to you. You may not always start the confrontation, but if somebody brings foolishness to your door, you are not pretending it is a gift basket. Okay? People admire that you have a mind of your own, your body. Physically, this pile gives heat. It gives heat, strong eye contact, a noticeable walk, expressive features, a body that carries confidence whether you are dressed up or wearing something simple. See, because you may have something striking about your legs, hips, waist, shoulders, hair, or the way you move. This is the kind of energy where people notice you before they have decided whether they are allowed to stare. Okay, and your spirit. Listen, spiritually, people are attracted to your courage. You have been through difficult things, right? But you did not allow them to erase your fire. There is resilience to you, a refusal to stay down, a part of you that keeps saying, we are not finished. That spirit is magnetic. Now, let's really talk about the mess. Some people are attracted to your confidence because they admire it. Others are attracted because they want to conquer it. Oh yes, we are going there because they see somebody strong, self-aware, and difficult to manipulate. And suddenly their ego turns it into a personal challenge. Talking about, I can handle them. Please, handle yourself first. Because warrior goddess energy is not there to be broken down so somebody else can feel powerful. The right person will respect your fire. They will not try to extinguish it. Okay? Pile 3, your opening energy says that you are attractive because you combine passion with power. Your mind makes people respect you. Your body makes them notice you. And your spirit makes them understand that you are not someone to take lightly. And the dangerous part, people may think they are only attracted to your confidence until they realize that they are also deeply affected by your strength, your warmth, and the way you refuse to abandon yourself. And so you have 6 more cards to go in this pile, and each one is going to reveal another layer. What people admire about you, what catches their eye physically, what draws them emotionally, what makes your spirit unforgettable, what secretly intimidates them, and what you may not realize you are doing. And then after card 6, we're going into the total energetic frequency and tying together your mind, body, and spirit. Because apparently somebody has been studying you like there's going to be a test later. Okay, so let's pull card 1 and find out what makes people immediately realize that you are not the one to overlook or underestimate. Let's go. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. You have the dragon, and a card says supernatural. It also says you are the ancient wise sage. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Honey, this obviously is not small energy. Now, listen, hold on, because Spirit did not begin your pile with a butterfly, a bunny, or something sweet sitting peacefully in a garden. You got the dragon. This tells me what makes you attractive is that people sense power, mystery, and experience around you. Even when you are not speaking much, your energy says, I have lived, I have learned, and I am not easily fooled. You may enter a room looking calm, but people can feel that there is fire underneath the surface. And honey, that makes them curious. Okay, now let's look at your mind. Let's look at it. Because your mind is attracted because you are adaptable. The card says you can shapeshift, which tells me that you know how to adjust without losing yourself. You can communicate with different personalities, survive changing circumstances, and quickly figure out what a situation requires. Somebody may think they have you completely figured out. Then you switch the approach, raise the standard, and leave them staring. Leave them staring at the old version of you like it still lives there. Now, baby, your body. Listen, physically, dragon energy gives commanding presence. Your eyes, posture, walk, hair, or facial expressions may appear bold and unforgettable, okay? Because you have a stare that makes somebody forget the lie that they were preparing to tell. Okay, honey, you have a stare that makes somebody forget the lie that they were preparing to tell. There is something intense about you, even when you are dressed simply, okay? You do not have to wear the loudest outfit because your energy is already accessorizing the entire situation. Spiritually, baby, people are drawn to your ancient soul energy. You seem wiser than your age, or as though you have already experienced several lifetimes inside this one. And people feel that you can survive change. You can rise after disappointment and create a new version of yourself whenever life demands it. But you do not rise begging for recognition. You rise with dignity. That is the attraction. Now let's connect this to your opening cards. Carnelian crystal, which is not a card, it's a crystal. The energy is passion, confidence, sensuality, and creative fire. Warrior goddess, strength, courage, protection, and self-respect. Dragon, supernatural, mystery, adaptability, wisdom, mastery, and a presence that feels larger than ordinary life. So, what makes you attractive is that people can feel that you are not one-dimensional. You can be warm one minute, serious the next, playful with the right people, and completely unreadable with the wrong ones. And that shape-shifting quality, it keeps people interested because they never feel like they have seen all of you. There's always another level, another talent, another story, another version emerging. And what makes you attractive is your ability to transform without losing your power. Your mind adapts, your body commands attention, and spirit carries the wisdom of someone who has already walked through fire and learned how to use it. Now, let's get into the mess. Some people admire your power. Others become attracted because they want to prove that they can control it. They see the dragon and think, I can tame them. Honey, they should start taming their own inconsistent communication, poor decisions, and unresolved issues. You are not here to become smaller so somebody else can feel bigger. The right person will not try to extinguish your fire. They will know how to stand beside it without getting burned. Pile 3, you have 5 more cards to go. So card 1 has already shown us that people are attracted to your mystery, adaptability, wisdom, and undeniable power. Now, let's pull card 2 and find out what is it about you that makes people realize there is much more beneath the surface than they were prepared to handle. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. You have storyteller, and the card says ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. listen, this is attractive because you do not just talk, okay? You make people see it. You can describe something that happened last Tuesday, and by the time you are finished, everybody can picture the room, right? They can hear the tone, see the facial expression, and understand exactly why you almost lost your patience, okay? You have a way of turning ordinary experiences into something memorable. People may forget what everyone else said that night, but they remember your story. Let's look at your mind, okay? Your mind is attractive because it is creative, symbolic, and expressive. You notice patterns and hidden meanings. You can connect something happening now to a dream, a song, an old memory, or a random sign that suddenly makes perfect sense. See, because people enjoy talking to you because your mind does not stay on the surface. Now, looking at your body, physically, you can become highly animated when you speak. Your eyes, hands, facial expressions, voice, and laugh help tell the story. And somebody may be pretending to listen to the words while mostly watching your lips and the way your face lights up. Okay, because you do not only have a physical presence, you have delivery. See, right? So spiritually, your experiences carry wisdom because you can take something painful, strange, funny, or difficult and turn it into a lesson that helps somebody else understand their own life. You may make people laugh while telling the truth that they were trying to avoid. That is a gift. Now connect this to your first card, Dragon. You carry mystery, ancient wisdom, transformation, and mastery. Storyteller. You know how to translate that wisdom into words, images, symbols, humor, and experiences that people can understand. So what makes you attractive is not only that you have lived through things, it is the way you communicate what those experiences taught you. You may tell one story, make everybody laugh, and then drop one line at the end that has the room suddenly quiet, like, wait, why did that just speak directly to my life? That is your energy. Now, let's get into the little mess. Somebody may claim they love your stories, but secretly they are listening for clues about your love life. See, because you mentioned going somewhere with a friend, right? And suddenly they need details. What friend? How long have you known them? Were other people there? Relax, detective. Relax. See, because your words, right? They pull people in because every story feels like it contains another layer. And they want to know whether they are included in the next chapter. So, what makes you attractive is your ability to turn life into meaning. Your mind sees the symbols, your body brings the story alive, and your spirit transforms experience into wisdom that people remember long after the conversation ends. Pile 3, you have 4 more cards to go. And we already know people are drawn to your power, mystery, wisdom, and the way you make every conversation feel alive. Now let's pull card 3 and find out what quality makes your present feel so vivid that people keep replaying your words, expressions, and energy after you are gone. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. We have invitation, and the card has these beautiful hearts on the card, and it says calm, love, beauty, joy, kindness, hope, adventure, and fun. But on the back of the card, it says, the words you speak are an invitation to life, a request to bring energy into form. Choose your words carefully. I call this a synchronicity, okay? Because this came right after storytelling. Let me tell y'all something. Honey, Spirit is showing up, showing out, validating, okay? Listen, you literally cannot make this up, okay? This is a clear synchronicity. Your last card was storyteller, and immediately after that, invitation. The front of the card carries the words. They carry the words calm, love, beauty, joy, kindness, hope, adventure, and fun. And again, on the back of the card, it says, the words you speak are an invitation to life, a request to bring energy into form. Choose your words carefully. Now, come on, Clarity family, you cannot make this up. Spirit just confirmed that what makes you attractive is not only that you know how to tell a story, it's that your words create an atmosphere. So when you speak, people feel something. When you make them laugh, right? You can make them laugh. You can make them calm down, open up, dream bigger, feel hopeful, or suddenly realize that they have been accepting nonsense for far too long. That is power. The mind with this energy is like, your mind is attractive because you know how to choose words that land. Okay? You can take an ordinary thought and phrase it in a way that sticks with people. Somebody may hear one sentence from you and replay it for days. You are not just talking. No, you are planting ideas. Now, baby, your body. So physically, this card highlights your voice, your mouth, smile, and facial expression. So the way you say something may be just as attractive as what you say. Your tone may shift from warm and playful to direct and commanding in 2 seconds. And somebody listening is thinking, why does everything sound better when they say it? Let's look at your spirit. Now, spiritually, your words can invite people back into life. You remind them of beauty, fun, hope, adventure, and possibility. Okay? I feel like people leave a conversation with you feeling more alive than they ever did before it started. That is deeply magnetic. But Spirit is also saying, be careful. Be careful what you repeatedly speak over yourself, because your voice is powerful enough to encourage other people. Do not use the same voice to constantly criticize yourself. Now, connect the cards. Dragon, you carry ancient wisdom and transformative power. Storyteller, you know how to turn experiences into meaning. Invitation, your words invite emotions, ideas, opportunities, and new energy into form. So what makes you attractive is that people do not simply hear you. They enter the world you create when you speak. You can make a boring moment feel funny, a painful moment feel meaningful, a hopeless moment feel temporary. And one little compliment from you, honey, somebody may remember it for the next 10 years. Now, let's look at the mess, because somebody may pretend they are not affected by what you say and then go home and adjust their entire behavior based on one comment you made. You say, I like when someone takes initiative. Suddenly they are planning dates, making reservations, and standing straighter, okay? Because your words have influence. And whether people admit it or not, they care what you think. So what makes you attractive is the life inside your voice. Your mind creates meaning. Your body makes the message irresistible, and your spirit uses words to awaken joy, courage, desire, and possibility in other people. Pile 3, you have 3 more cards to go. And this synchronicity already confirmed that your communication is a major part of your magnetism. Now let's pull card 4 and find out what happens emotionally when somebody stops merely listening to you and begins feeling personally affected by your energy. Let's go. All right. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. Card 4. All right, so your card says presence. Card 4 is presence. It says the energy of presence supports our ability to focus our full attention and stay in the here and now. You know when you hear someone say, stay in the present moment? That is powerful because it allows us to release anxiety because we are living in the here and now. We're not living in the past or living in the future, right? Our mind is not there. So this right here is attractive because when you are genuinely interested in someone, you make them feel like nobody else is in the room. You are not staring over their shoulder looking at somebody more important. You are not half listening while scrolling through your phone. No, you look at them, you hear them, you respond to what they actually said. And baby, in a world where people cannot finish one conversation without checking 6 notifications, real attention feels intimate. Your mind. Mentally, people are attracted to your focus. See, because you can stay in a conversation, notice the details, and ask the follow-up questions that proves you were listening. Somebody tells you a story and 2 weeks later, you remember the name, the location, and the part they thought nobody noticed. Okay, they are thinking, why did that make me feel so seen? Because you were actually present. Your body, right? Physically, you're present. It comes through your eye contact, facial expressions, your posture, and stillness, okay? Because you have a way of leaning in and looking directly at someone or giving a slow smile that makes the entire atmosphere feel more personal, right? You may not be flirting, may not even be flirting, okay? But somebody's nervous system has already decided otherwise, right? So one look from you and now they have forgotten the sentence that they were halfway through. Now listen, baby, that's some power right there. Spiritually, people feel grounded around you because you remind them to stop racing ahead. You see what I'm saying? Stop replaying yesterday and simply exist in the moment. Your energy can make ordinary experiences feel more meaningful because you are actually here for them. You're here for them, but let's be clear. Your full attention is valuable. Do not keep giving it to people who only become present when they need something. Now look at this synchronicity. Storyteller, you make people enter the experience through your words. Invitation, your words call love, hope, joy, beauty, and adventure into the atmosphere. Presence, you make the atmosphere feel real because you give the moment your full attention. So what makes you attractive is that you do not merely tell people about life. You pull them into it. When you laugh, they laugh harder. When you tell a story, they picture it. When you look at them, they feel chosen. When you go quiet, they notice that too. And listen, let's keep it 100. It gets a little messy too, because somebody may be addicted to your attention because they do not receive that level of focus anywhere else. You gave them eye contact, remembered one small detail, and genuinely listened. Now they are walking around emotionally engaged like y'all exchanged vows. Okay? Right? Calm down. Calm down. You were being present, not selecting wedding colors. Okay? But that shows how powerful your attention is. So, what makes you attractive is the way you make moments and people feel significant. Your mind pays attention, your body communicates interest, and your spirit brings others fully into the experience of being alive. Pile 3, you have 2 more cards to go. And we know people are drawn to your wisdom, storytelling, powerful words, and ability to make them feel completely seen. Now, let's pull card 5 and find out what hidden quality turns that powerful moment of connection into something that people keep craving after you are gone. Let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. All right, this is card 5. All right, and it says Nayi Loro Kendi. Her name is spelled N-Y-A-I space L-O-R-O space K-I-D-N-E. And she is the goddess of, well, she's a legendary ladies. Well, goodness. She is from the legendary ladies goddess oracle. So she is a goddess of transcendence. That part. Now, listen, because Clarity family, when she shows up, right, she carries the energy of transcendence. Now, this is powerful because transcendence is about rising beyond what was supposed to define you. Because you may have experienced situations that could have made you bitter, closed off, or afraid to trust yourself. But instead of allowing those experiences to become your entire identity, you became something greater than what happened to you. That is attractive, okay? Because people can feel that there are chapters behind your strength. You did not wake up one morning magically fearless, honey. You earned that wisdom. You earned it. Your mind. Mentally, people are attracted to your ability to see beyond the immediate problem. Like, you can step back, understand the larger lesson, and recognize when it's time to stop wrestling with something you have already outgrown. Somebody else may still be arguing over the same tired situation. Meanwhile, you have emotionally changed addresses. Okay? Now, baby, your body. Physically, this gives you an energy that can seem almost untouchable. Your posture, eyes, expression, and the way you carry yourself may communicate that you have standards and emotional depth. People look at you and sense there is more to this person than what I can see. That mystery, it makes them want to come closer. And spiritually, you carry the ability to transform pain into power. You do not simply survive difficult experiences. You extract the lesson, release the old version of yourself, and rise differently. But let's be clear, transcending something does not mean pretending it never hurt. It means the pain no longer gets to run the entire operation. Now, look at how beautifully these cards connect. Dragon. You carry transformation, ancient wisdom, and mastery. Storyteller. You turn experiences into stories and symbols. Invitation. Your words call energy, possibility, and emotion into form. Presence. You make people feel fully seen in the moment. Nayi Loro Kindu. Transcendence, right? You show others that life can become something larger than the chapters that once wounded them. So what makes you attractive is not just your strength. It is your evolution, because people can tell that you have changed. You have changed. You have released old identities. You have outgrown places, people, and situations that once had power over you. And sometimes the people from your past, right, are still trying to speak to the version of you they remember. Meanwhile, that version has retired. It has retired. No forwarding address, no reopening date. Now let's look at this mess again, because somebody may be deeply attracted to the person you have become, while also being slightly intimidated because they know that you can outgrow them. You can outgrow them too. They are thinking, what if one day they realize they deserve better? Well, perhaps they should have behaved accordingly. What makes people attractive? What makes you attractive is your refusal to remain trapped inside your old story. Your mind sees beyond limitation, honey. Your body carries the dignity of survival, and your spirit turns every ending into a higher version of you. Pile 3, you have one card left. And this final card is going to reveal the total energetic frequency that people experience when your fire, wisdom, voice, presence, and ability to transcend all come together. What is the deepest quality that makes people realize your energy is not merely attractive? It is unforgettable. Let's find out. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. You have the Angel Light crystal card, and the card says support is all around you. I absolutely love this energy for you coming through. Yes. Because I know sometimes you be thinking, angels, are you here? The answer is yes. Spirit is omnipresent. Okay? Now look at how perfectly this closes the reading, right? This pile began with the warrior goddess energy, strength, courage, independence, and the ability to keep going. But your final card says you do not have to fight every battle alone. And that may be part of what makes you attractive, because you are strong enough to stand on your own. But underneath that strength, people can sense a softer part of you that still values loyalty, encouragement, protection, and genuine support. See, because you are not looking for somebody to rescue you. You are looking for people who know how to stand beside you without becoming another problem you have to solve. That's the T, honey. Now, mentally, people admire your ability to offer perspective and encouragement. You are the person that others call. You are that person that others call when they need reassurance, advice, or somebody to remind them who they are. But Angelite turns that message back towards you. You are allowed to ask for help too. Honey, you do not have to prepare a full presentation proving why you deserve support. And baby, your body. Physically, this gives a protected, calming quality to your presence. So there is a softness around your eyes, voice, smile, or facial expression that balances all of that dragon and warrior goddess fire. That contrast is attractive. You look like you could comfort somebody, but also like you would immediately recognize when they were trying to play in your face, okay? Soft does not mean unaware. Spiritually, this card suggests that your energy makes people feel encouraged and less alone, okay? Because you naturally remind others that they can rise, transform, and move beyond difficult chapters. But the deeper lesson is that support must be reciprocal. The people meant for you will not only admire your strength, they will help protect it. They will not watch you carry everything while praising how independent you are. Talking about, you're so strong. Yes, and you still could have grabbed the other end of the table. Okay? Total energetic frequency. All right, pile 3, let's bring this entire reading together. Carnelian crystal, you carry passion, vitality, confidence, creativity, and sensual fire. Warrior goddess, your strength, courage, and refusal to abandon yourself make people respect you. Dragon, supernatural, you are mysterious, wise, and capable of transforming whenever life demands it. Storyteller, you turn experiences into stories, lessons, humor, and symbols people remember. Invitation, your words create an atmosphere and call energy into form. And presence, your attention makes people feel seen, important, and fully connected to the moment. Nayi Leroux can do transcendence. You rise beyond old pain, identities, and limitations instead of remaining trapped inside them. Angelite, support is all around you, honey. Your strength is real, but you are also learning to recognize and receive genuine support. Now your mind, baby, your mind is imaginative, adaptive, and expressive, and wise. You see patterns, you recognize symbolism, you know how to take something you have experienced and communicate it in a way that makes other people understand their own lives differently. And people do not only listen to you because you are entertaining, they listen because there is truth hidden inside the story. And you can make somebody laugh for 5 minutes, and they say one sentence that leaves them then say one sentence that leaves them staring at the wall afterwards. Okay? Your body, your physical attraction carries heat, confidence, and animation and presence. Your eyes, voice, mouth, facial expression, posture, walk, and the way your body moves when you speak is especially noticeable. See, because you become more attractive when you are passionate about what you are discussing. Your whole face lights up. Your energy rises. Your hands start helping with the story, right? You know how you talk with your hands? That's what you do. And somebody who was supposed to be listening, honey, has completely lost track of the subject because they're staring at you in awe. Your spirit feels powerful because it has evolved. And you carry the energy of somebody who has faced difficulty, transformed, and continued forward without losing the ability to experience joy, love, beauty, adventure, and fun. Baby, you make people feel that life can change, that a painful chapter does not have to become the entire book. And that is why your presence can feel inspiring without you even trying. The total message is, what makes you attractive is the living fire inside your presence. Your mind transforms experience into meaning. Your body expresses confidence and passion, and your spirit shows people that they can rise beyond what tried to limit them. And you make others feel seen, awakened, and invited back into life. But your next chapter asks you to let the right people support you too. Pile 3, your energy is giving. I have survived, evolved, and kept my fire. And now I know how to turn that fire into something meaningful. People may first notice your confidence or physical magnetism. Then they hear you speak. Then they realize you are funny, intelligent, observant, and layered. And then you give them your full attention. And now they are emotionally involved in a situation you thought was just a conversation. That is what makes this pile powerful. Your attraction does not stay on the surface. It becomes an experience. Now, let's get into this mess one more time, because somebody may admire how strong and capable you are, and then use that strength as an excuse to give you absolutely nothing. Talking about, I knew you could handle it. Of course you could handle it. That does not mean they were supposed to stand there holding beverage while you did everything. The right people will not exploit your strength. They will add to it. They will support your dreams, protect your peace, listen to your stories, show up in the present, and respect the person you have worked so hard to become. Being capable does not disqualify you from being cared for. All right, Clarity family, that closes your pile 3 reading. For a personal look into your specific energy, the 3 questions for $33 personal psychic reading is still available. And yes, you can ask about love and relationships, someone's feelings or intentions, career and finances, your next chapters, or any 3 questions where you need personal clarity. And again, there's some things that I can say in a personal reading, baby, that I cannot share here on this platform. A personal reading allows me to tap directly into your questions, your circumstances, and the energy surrounding your situation. And so pile 3, your final message is, you are not attractive because you have never struggled. You are attractive because you turned struggle into wisdom, wisdom into language, and language into an invitation for other people to believe in life again. Keep your fire, keep your voice, keep your standards. But remember, your strongest version of you is not the version that does everything alone. It is the version that knows which support is safe enough to receive.